Hey boss, I am excited because I'm going to share with you 4 steps to turn self-awareness into effective leadership skills. And this is really important. Last week I shared why it was important. So if you want to check that out, go to YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, and you'll learn why it's important. So today I want to share with you 4 steps that you can implement so you can be more self-aware. So it's kind of like a how-to guide. And I'm doing this because as a leader, wouldn't you find it useful if you could evaluate your current performance, such as decision making? Are you good at it? Are you bad at it? Or are you, just kind of okay? And if you think about decision making, think about it from the aspect of, am I getting the results I want? And if not, then what could I be doing differently? And that's where self-awareness comes in. So it's if you could honestly evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses or challenges and change what needs to change so you can improve upon your leadership skills in being a more effective leader once you identified what needs to change. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. So if you want to get more videos like this on a weekly basis where I'm sharing leadership tips and strategies, then sign up for this channel, subscribe to it, and like it. And also you will not miss out really on any of the videos. Also, if you're interested in improving your own personal self-awareness as a leader, I've got the Confident Boss coaching program. You can check it out on my website. I'll put a link below in the description. And if you're interested, just email me and we can talk about it. Also, one thing I want to share with this article, this talk is coming from today, is 2 professors named Booth and Cates from the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University wrote this article. I came across it and I thought it was great information, and so I want to share it with you. And according to what their thought process is on self-awareness, the 4 steps to becoming a more self-aware leader, the first thing that you can do is to really look beyond assessments. Now, as a leadership coach and advisor, I am really big on assessments because I think it's that insight and that awareness that we get from learning more about ourselves based on assessments, if you're honest when you take them. That is the key. You're not trying to fake it. So it's a useful information. It gives you insight into your thought patterns and your behaviors. And it really should be viewed as the first step in this self-evaluation. And I say that because this is the point where, hey, you get all this information about what you're good at, what can be improved upon, what your strengths are. But it's really that relationship with somebody like a coach to help you dig a little deeper into finding out why you think the way that you do, why you communicate the way you do, why you make the decisions that you make. So it's really looking at that from and how it plays out at work in getting results, how it plays out in working with team members, staff, and even when it comes to goal achievement. So the assessment is that first step. Now, the second thing that you can do to become more self-aware as a leader is to really think about what could you be doing differently to be a better leader. So it's really encouraging that self-awareness, what am I doing well? Also use feedback from others on your team. If you have an executive that you report to, then get feedback from them. But it's really to create that self-awareness where you are getting the feedback and then you can actually identify actionable steps to take that is going to help you with those behavior changes. So when you think about self-awareness and feedback, think about how it relates to your personality. Are you getting the results you want with team members and how you communicate? Or think about biases that you have. Is it impacting your relationships and the results that you get? Think about your strengths and your weaknesses. How does that come into play? And then finally, think about how your emotional reactions, how you respond to issues, circumstances, or people when it comes to getting results. Do you have that coworker or that direct report that you just want to climb up the wall because they are a challenge? And how does that, how do you make decisions based on that when it comes to working together or getting results? So the third step that you can take to turn self-awareness into becoming an effective leader is to don't just change for the sake of changing. You're going to have a lot of people tell you what you should change about yourself. And some of them may be accurate, some of them may not. Some of them may not need to change based on the current role that you're in. But deciding what and when a behavior needs to be adapted is your decision. And when it comes to give this example in their article about if you have somebody who is very cautious on your team and they are really slow in making decisions because they could be a perfectionist by nature, or they could be wanting a lot more information, they just don't feel comfortable say, yeah, let's go with it. Well, when this happens, the other people on the team are feeling very frustrated and getting annoyed, and probably their tempers rise. So it's really learning how to communicate this to team members, that you do need more information, and that when you are giving that information, make sure that it is specific so you can make an informed decision. And that comes back to self-awareness. Also, when it comes to self-awareness, think about, and I want to share this also when it comes to what could you be doing differently. There is always a situation where you're going to be in a meeting, and this was shared in their article, where there was an executive female who was sitting in an executive meeting, and she felt she would shut down when she was challenged by the older gentlemen, older executives also sitting at the table. So she would shut down, and this would make her feel like she is maybe not great at the role, and so those self-perceptions come into play, which then impacts self-esteem. So it's really understanding what could be done differently. And some of that really comes down to deciding, all right, if I feel like I'm not good enough or confident enough, or I have the skill sets to be successful, when it comes in a situation like that, when you're going to shut down because you feel intimidated when you're challenged by others on the team, it's really coming down to identifying why is that? Why are you feeling that way? And then identifying those behaviors that need to change. So you're being proactive in that. You're using self-awareness. And then another great way to do this is to role play. I have role played when I have worked with one-on-one coaching with clients, and this is really helpful because they get to practice, what they're going to say. And the more that you do this, and the more you come up with those responses, the better you're going to be when the situation really does come up. And also when you're in a meeting and you know that you're going to feel like you're intimidated, write down during the discussions of whatever that topic is, write down what your thoughts are. And then you have something to refer to so you won't shut down. Let's see. I think the third thing that we're going to talk about today, the third step is I talked about this, don't change for the sake of changing. Now the fourth and final step is to, if you want to become self-aware and turn that into a leadership, effective leadership approach, is to cultivate targeted self-reflection on your leadership style. So being proactive when it comes to self-reflection, not just do it, whenever something goes wrong. But always reflect, even when things go right. Think about, well, why did that happen? And this will help you in identifying what that strength was that you possessed and what you can be doing moving forward. Also, when it comes to self-reflection, is to meditate. Meditate is a great way. It calms you. It lets you clear out your head. Also, being purposeful in mindfulness, and that is really paying attention to what is going on, why it's happening. It will create those aha moments where the light bulb goes off and go, oh, I didn't realize why, we were successful on that task, or why Joe said, yeah, let's go with it. It gives you the opportunity to figure out what is happening based on your thought patterns and your behaviors. And then you can also journal. Journal's a great way. If you journal on a daily basis, write down what's going on, how you're feeling based on what's going on, who was involved. This will help enlighten you on why, especially when it comes to self-awareness, why things occur and why the results you're getting. And then finally, also join a leadership group, or if you're a CEO, they have executive roundtables. And this will give you the opportunity to share what's happening, the challenges that you might be experiencing, and then have others around that table or in that leadership group share how they respond to similar challenges and issues. So it's a great way to get feedback. And then last but not least is work with, or hire an executive coach. A coach is going to give you the opportunity to work on challenges and the assumptions that you might have about yourself. Also to be able to reframe the problems that you see. If you hire a coach, they're going to see things maybe a little differently based on their experience and their expertise, and then give you the feedback that you need and talk about action steps. And if you need help in this area, this is what I do, and you can again just contact me in my description. My email address will be in the comment section, the description below. But I think that when it comes to hiring somebody to help you, like an executive coach, everybody has coaches if they want to improve. It's common in sports, and it's common if you want to get better at speaking. So any of these things, if you want to be better at what you're doing, maybe get to that next role, hiring somebody that has that expertise is really important and will help you get there a lot faster. So let's recap real quick. So the 4 steps to turn self-awareness into effective leadership, and this is based on Booth and Kate's article, 4 Steps to Becoming a More Self-Aware Leader, is 1, look beyond assessments. 2, identify what you could be doing differently to be a better leader. The 3rd is to don't just change for the sake of changing. And then the 4th and final step is to cultivate targeted self-reflection on your leadership style. So be focused about it and really dig into, and I think journaling is a great way to do this, but dig into why you do what you do and how you feel about it. So self-awareness is really important in becoming a better leader. So if you like this video, like the button below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly leadership and tips. And last but not least, go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. Bye.